Hello, everyone. It's March 24th, and we have had a couple of very interesting days. Especially today, we saw quite a bit of sell-off in the tech sector and as well as Nasdaq. So I just wanted to go over current market condition real quickly and some of the stocks that we usually trade. So that instead of writing, posting each chart like one by one, I thought this would um, be a better way to just share my thoughts and what I'm seeing and what I think market is doing right now. So during the last webinar that we had, we discussed that the market is pretty much near all-time high. At that point, it was near all-time high, and we discussed the behavior of the market historically near the all-time high levels, and especially when it's near the whole number resistance and all that. So I'm not going to go over all that again, but like I said, we should see some consolidation in this area. Market needs to gather some steam to finally push over the all-time high, and I think that's what's happening right now. So we saw a really nice jump on Monday and then Tuesday, and today it pretty much sold off. And that's exactly what's happening. It's still holding level. There are like no big candles, big sell-off candles like we usually see before, or big gap ups before like a sell-off usually. Nothing like that. It's sitting pretty at the 50-day SMA level. So not too concerned. We should see a little bit of bounce going forward, either this week or early next week. But I'm still not concerned. I'm still not going full on bearish or gonna start buying put just yet. Maybe intraday if we see another sell off tomorrow, but nothing long term. Mostly just in and out, quick trades. But again, I this market can reverse anytime. So I don't want to take the chances of getting stuck in a put position. I would rather get stuck in a call position, but we'll see. Um, so if it actually breaks below this 50 SMA level three at 385, then we might see an extended sell-off towards the 375 area. But I personally don't think it would happen, but if it does, then we might have this huge consolidation area and before it breaks over 400. So right now it could go in either direction. So let's just see how it works from here on. Um, but overall trend on 1500 and 200-day SMA is up, solid uptrend. So nothing to worry about just yet. And as you guys can see, I have RSI index up here as well. Um, I usually don't use it because I don't find it useful for the intraday trading or the day trading how we usually do, but sometimes it gives you a bigger picture on what's going on. And that's exactly why I have it up here. So market itself is not an overbought or oversold category. It's like right in the middle, usually above 70, which is this line, it's overbought. Below 30, which is this line, it's oversold, and it's like right in the middle. So it doesn't tell you much in this case, but the charts and level does. So SPY is still in solid position, nothing to worry about it. But when it comes to NASDAQ, which is tech heavy, as you all know, um, it's a similar story. Even though we saw a big dump today in NASDAQ, it's sort of like trading in a range here as well between about 12,750 to about 13,300. So it's still in the range. It's sitting right near the 100 days SMA. So we might see another bounce going forward either today or next week. If it breaks below this, which it did here, we might see some extended sell-off to 12,250 area right here. But that's still TBD. So it all depends on how it's behaved. But this level right here is a solid support. It has been acting as resistance and support previously. So it should provide ample support here. QQQ, same thing. So if I switch between QQQ and a Nasdaq, you will see it's almost identical, like almost like so. It's the same story there too. It's still trending in range. Nothing to worry about. It's really right near 100-day SMA. It could probably just bounce from here and go towards the 50-day SMA and just trend between these two levels. If it breaks below this 310 level, which has been providing good support, then we could see another sell-off towards 300 level, but we'll see how that plays out. So those are like some of the biggest, some of the indices that we usually pay attention to, that I usually pay attention to and found it useful. Let's look at some of the big name stocks that we usually trade. Let's start with SQ. Same story, SQ reached all-time high, came back, and now it's in the range of between 244, 250, and then below it's like around 200 to 210. The 210 has been a solid support here, here, and then again like around this area. So it's a range. Usually like I've been saying, usually it's not a single point support. Usually it's a range, and this is the range where it's been bouncing from, and it's very close to it. So I believe we'll see bounce in SQ. Will it come in time? Don't know yet, but if market permits, then it can easily climb back up to 230, even 240 area within a matter of days. So let's see what happens there. On the RSI front, it's at 40, which is very, very close to being oversold. So it's getting there. 1 or 2 more days of sell-off, and it will be in the oversold categories, which will be a good place to buy. If it gets near 190, then I'm definitely jumping in. Even 200, I'm definitely jumping in into SQ, open another long-term position. Snap, same story, reached the all-time high, came back, bounced again, then coming down again. If the common theme here, I don't know if you guys can notice it, but it seems like most of the stocks are in this downtrending channel right here. If I can put it on this SQ, you will see the same pattern here as well. So like boom, it's most of them are in downtrending channel. So we could see it sell off to 200, even 190 level before it bounce back up, unless market start turning around. And there's another support which we just discussed right here, so it could very well bounce back from there. But it's the same story with this one. This 48 level is a solid support for Snap. It has been support before for a long time, and that's where it's been bouncing before it had this huge run up. So we could see it bounce from here. Will the bounce come in time? Probably not. Our options are probably gonna expire worthless, but I will not hesitate to open a new position in Snap near 48 level for long term. Um, Netflix, same story as before, reached the all-time high and now in a downtrending channel right here between 50 and 100 SMA. So it could very well bounce off of here, and if it breaks above this uptrend, like downtrending channel trend line, then we could see it gap up to about 560 and 560 area right here. But that's TBD. It's getting near very solid support of 500. So if it if we get another sell-off and it reaches 500, then I will definitely be jumping in that one as well on the long-term front. Um, I'm not a big fan of Netflix chart just right now because it's been trading sideways, as you can see, in a range. So it's hard to decide which direction it would go. It's very, very choppy, as you can see. And by choppy, I mean it goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down, like matter of days. Um, so it's hard to know which direction it would go. So let's see what happens. But 520, as you can see, 520 about 500 has been a very solid support for no, sorry, 470, and then about right here 500 has been very solid support. Let me just draw a line here. I'm going to remove all this other lines so you guys can see. So about 495 right here, and then right here, as you can see, it's been trending in this range for support, resistance, like resistance, support. It's been trending there. Support right here, 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 resistance here, here. So this is a very crucial level, and if it's get there to 500, then I'll definitely be jumping in. The only thing that worries me if it gets to 500 is that it will be below all three simple moving average, and that's a negative point in my book. So still, I will have to consider the overall price action. Shop, same thing, reached all-time high, pulled back. It's been trending in range, trading in range for like about a couple of weeks now. It's below 100-day SMA, 100-day SMA, 50 SMA, both flatten out now. 200-day SMA is right here around 1065 area. So if it breaks below 1100 tomorrow or this week and goes to 1180, between 1165 to 1180, then I will be definitely jumping in. This consolidation, if you were to be in it, it would have killed your premiums. Um, so the plan here would be to um, go in with a long-term expiration date so that it can recover. Amazon, but shop overall is, in my book, is quite weak right now. So unless it gets to that perfect entry, I'm not too interested in it. Amazon, mini uptrending channel, but again, choppy chart. Like it's been trending sideways for quite some time now, since July pretty much. So I don't know, it could go in either direction. There is no short way of predicting that. But one thing for sure is that all the SMA are converging to this point right here, about 3150 area, 3150 to 3165 area. So if it can really claim that, then we can see another push up to even 35. So let's see how it behaves. Right now it's right around 3087, which is like right here. If it gets to 3050 and holds it, then that would be a good entry point. But I'm not holding my breath. It could very well easily break below this line and continue going towards 3050 and then 3000 area. So we'll see what happens with that one. I'm not too eager to enter in that one. Google. Now this is the chart that I like, which I want to see. It consolidate, it breaks out, go up, and then come back down, then again consolidate, breaks out, go up, consolidate. So what do you think is going to happen next? It's most likely going to go up from this pattern. There is no guarantee that it's going to happen, but just by looking at it, it tells me that there is a more strength in this name than any of its peers. Look at 50 100 and 200 SMA both are going up um, steadily. Look at RSI; it's like right in the middle, so it's not even close to being overbought just yet. So there is a more upside to this name. That's why I keep buying Google over and over and over again. Like in this week, I bought like 4 times and made some good profit out of it. One of my biggest trade was Google this week when everything else was down. And this is the kind of pattern and setups you want to see. And that's what I mean when I say look for relative strength in the market. And this shows the relative strength, like everything like Amazon, shop, it's all over the place, going everywhere. Here comes the Google, and it has this beautiful pattern. So that's why Google is on my it's top of my list right now. If it gets to 2000, I'm going all in, with about 90.50 being the stop loss. 50-day SMA support is also at 2000 levels, so it should provide ample support. It's been bouncing off of that area for quite some time, and it's been staying green. Like today, everything else was selling out and it was green all day. Amazon shop, even where did it go? FB was $8 down, and if FB is at $200 stocks, and here comes Google, $2,000 stocks, and it's $8 down. So that just tells you how much strength and demand is in this name. So it should be on your top of the list as well. Okta, mini triangle, not too interested in it right now, below 50, 100, and 200-day SMA. So until it reclaims all that, not gonna touch it. Twilio, it's getting near the 200-day SMA and the solid support of 310 level. So if it holds that, then I might open a long-term position because it's known to make big moves. But it sold off big today, so I'm not too eager to open any new position in here. DocU, same thing. It's below all this SMA, so not too interested in it until it reclaims it. INTC, now that's a chart you want to look to. Like it's been in a strong uptrend. Um, I personally am not too interested in until it gets back to like about 60 area, and then I'll look at it. But just recently, it's been showing good strength. Microsoft steadily going up, 50, 100 SMAs going up. It's still below all three above all three SMAs. So I'm interested in it. I just haven't been paying too much attention to it, and that's my bad. But 230 area or even 233 is like right near the buying zone. RSI is right in the middle, so not too overbought, not too oversold. It's kind of neutral. It could go in either direction. So I would wait for like a better entry point around 230 area. Um, Tesla, super weak right now. Reached the high, consolidated there for a little bit, and then just keeps on going down. Came back, consolidated, and now it's going down again. So I'm going to leave it alone for now until it gets to like about 600, below 600. Then I'll look at it. Twitter, yes, it's been going down, but it gapped up big, and most is probably just gap filling this gap that it made, sitting right at the 50-day SMA. If it breaks below that, then we can see more sell-off up to like 60 area. And if it gets there, then I will average down my current position. um, and that's one of the, I looked at this chart, and that was one of the reason um, I bought it so far out, the expiration date, because it will give it time to recover. But if it breaks below that, then the next would be 56, and trade is probably done at that point. I would cut my losses below this. Roku again, weak, downtrending channel. Touched it, came down again, 319, which is a solid support area. It's right there. So let's see how it does tomorrow. It has bounced back from there up, like within 3 days. It made a huge move before, so um, we'll see how it works. But I'm not touching it again until it reaches probably to 270 area. Um, so not too eager to jump in the Roku right now. Our position probably gonna expire worthless in this one. We still have a week though, and it has made huge move in that time frame. So nothing is for certain with Roku. Baidu, same thing. It's making that head and shoulder pattern, so it's probably gonna come down to this 230 area before it jumps back up. So let's see, not too eager until it gets to that area. FB made this beautiful pattern and then broke above that, and look where it went to 300, tried to go past it but failed again, and it's pulling back now. It's probably going to pull, if we see another sell off, it's probably going to pull back to like 275 area before it bounces again. Our position doesn't expire until next week, so we still have time on that one, and I think it will just work out. Solid support, solid pattern. So let's see what happens. Not going to average down or anything on this one. But yeah, that's about it. Those are pretty much all the chart that I wanted to talk about, and that covers most of the name that we have been trading. Hope this was helpful for you to understand why I decided to do this video, because it shows you like very quickly and very few chart. I do this exercise pretty much every night with at least 50 to 60 chart, draw the patterns and all that. But it tells you quickly how to do a quick analysis and see where it is and what kind of pattern you should be trading, what kind of setup you should be looking for, what kind of setup you should avoid no matter what, and all that sort of stuff. So I hope this was helpful. If you guys like it, and found it helpful, please leave a comment on the video or a testimonial in our channel. And I will do more of these. Maybe I will just I'll make it a regular thing on the weekends where I go through my watch list and the chart that you guys want me to go through and do this quick analysis in the video rather than posting charts, so that it will allow you to practice of drawing these levels and doing your own analysis and all that. Let me know your thought and how do you like this. All right, guys, let's see you all tomorrow.